Ron Harris here from MuscularDevelopment.com, wrapping up our coverage of Tim Gardner's 2019 Wings of Strength Tampa Pro. Wow, what a show. 2 days and 2 nights. I'm joined by Big Mike Cox, local guy from Florida. Tremendous help to me this weekend. Thank you so much, Mike.
Dude, my pleasure. This is like my Olympia, my Arnold, and my New York Pro all rolled into one. Love it.
If you guys haven't, go to musculardevelopment.com. We have a play-by-play thread. Mike was doing all the commentary and getting all the hate while I just sat back and took pictures. Nobody bothered me.
Good deal. I'm used to it. They're really good at hating me online, so we're used to it.
Nah, that's a good crew we have over there. So if you haven't checked it out, musculardevelopment.com, we have a play-by-play thread, tons of commentary, my instant photos, hundreds and hundreds up there. We also have contest actual photos from an actual photographer, Hector Mendoza, this guy that's behind the camera right now. But we're wrapping up the last 5 divisions because we had 9 divisions. So we started things off with fitness. No surprise. A great group of women, but Jenny Worth, 42 years old, by the way, she's just on another level. She's so good. Her routines are just mesmerizing to watch. I know you had her picked from the get-go.
When she walked out, it was apparent, like physique-wise, she was going to win, and we know her routine's going to be phenomenal. She's like an old school legend, man. Jenny Worth, Hendershot, Kelly Ryan, Mia Finnegan, all those girls
Jenny won the Olympia how long ago?
2001.
Wow.
Arnold and Olympia in the same year, 2001. Wow.
So it's almost 20 years ago, 18 years ago.
And to be able to do these kind of flips at 42 years old is nothing short of spectacular. In my mind, I can do that. But like
you also think you can parkour. You can't. Don't try it.
Not going to parkour either. But Jenny was phenomenal, man. She's going to Olympia. I'm kind of hoping for a better result this year because it'd be a good story. She may have to tighten up a little bit in the glutes, hams a little bit, but she's top 10 Olympian, man, 42 years old.
Okay, then we had women's bodybuilding. As we say, not all shows have women's bodybuilding, but every Tim Gardner show, thanks to the sponsor, Jake Wood and Wings of Strength, they do feature women's bodybuilding. It was a great lineup, some big names. It's so good that some of the ones I thought were going to be top 2 or 3 weren't even in the first call out. But it went to Helle Trevino, who's what country? It wasn't Sweden. Where's she from?
Sweden, now living in Venice. I think.
No, Denmark. Yes, because she gave a little speech and her mom had just passed away in June. So she almost pulled out of the show, but then, rallied. I think her sister talked. She gave a little speech and, she got through it, did it for her mom, and she won. She pulled it off. She looked amazing.
Dude, she was so good, it wasn't even funny. From her suit color, her skin color, her presentation, she was full, she was hard, she was separated. Her confidence on stage was amazing. She owned that stage. She just stood out, and going into the Rising Phoenix, she's got to be a front runner to win that show. Like, she was just that good.
That's 5 weeks away. That's basically the Ms. Olympia now, as we said.
5 weeks away. I'm not sure how much she can improve on that, or if she really even needs to. Right. She can walk on stage just like this and be top 3, top 2, and so.
I think she was peaked pretty damn perfectly today.
She was absolutely phenomenal. You couldn't take your eyes off of her. So more props to the Wings of Strength for giving these women a platform to compete. Women's bodybuilding was almost dead a few years ago, but now it's back. It's thriving. Tim has shows, the Rising Phoenix Championships. Maybe we'll get the Miss Olympia back one day.
Yeah. So in the women's physique, we had a former bodybuilder, Sheila Bleck, who has actually won this show 3 times in the past as a bodybuilder. Was this the first year she switched to women's physique?
Yeah.
So, that doesn't always work out well. Some of these bodybuilders try to downsize, and it's not a good look. No. Like we saw an open male competitor, I'm not going to name the name, moved down to 212, wasn't a good look for him, but Sheila actually looks, I think, just as good, if not better. A little bit downsized, condition was bang on. Yep. She's very complete. I mean, no disrespect, because it was like, was that the one that was 40 people in it?
Yeah, 41.
41 women's physique pros. Wow, talk about a stacked show. And, that's a lot of people to have to beat. Yeah. And she ran right through them.
Women's physique, there's so many different physiques. So for them to try to find that one perfect look is very difficult. But Sheila she was streamlined, but she was so good, man. Conditioned. She wasn't too hard, wasn't too conditioned. Nice combination of both. Probably the best poser in the IFBB right now. She does have a dance background, so that does help. But she's phenomenal. This is 3 bodybuilding wins, 1 women's physique win. She's phenomenal, absolutely. Yeah. And she's from Tampa.
There you go. So she's headed to the Olympia, obviously. that it just, we wonder because it's going to be stacked at the Olympia too, and you got Shanique. I mean, Shanique's just like it's almost another species. So
Sheila, I think she'll do good. But I think Shanique and Natalia they're like the Haney and Gaspari of women's physique now.
So it's no diss when we say that. Then the Olympia is the Olympia. It's the best of the best of the best. Bikini, kind of a surprise. What was Maureen's last name? Crap, I just wrote down Maureen.
Maureen from Norway.
Maureen from Norway. Sorry, I can't remember the last name, but her name was Maureen. She's from Norway. AJ has been telling us about this woman for a while, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. Never heard of her. She probably not going to do that well. Well, I was wrong as usual. She put up. She was able to keep away Romina Basualdo, who otherwise would have blown the show away. Romina's very, very good. She's won her share of shows. But Maureen, I mean, I kept hearing the word flawless when people were talking about her. Would you agree?
She was phenomenal. They kept her in the center, but it was close between them. It was, I guarantee she didn't get a perfect score. Yeah. It looked like they were kind of like, couldn't decide which one. But she won the show. AJ, again, you were correct. I will say number 240 and number 243, no idea who they were.
Yes.
They were phenomenal. I'm not quite sure how they didn't win or place top two, but if you go on MD, you'll see number 240 and 243.
240 is the one I kept taking pictures of, I think, right?
Yeah. 243 was the
gorgeous.
mature master.
No, 240 wasn't a master.
243.
I don't know. The one I kept taking pictures was not a master. But anyway, so let's move on. Open men bodybuilding. That's always the main event. That's why they do it last. This was the Dexter Jackson show, and it was a pretty good lineup, some really good quality. But when you have someone of Dexter's caliber, Mr. Olympia winner, 5-time Arnold Classic, he made it 29 pro wins today, pretty decisively. And we did an interview a few minutes ago. You can look at that. But he did what I've never seen done before, which is an older guy in his late 40s, and Dexter will be 50 in November. He's not 50 yet. Stop saying he's 50, dumbasses. But he got his legs back. It's very common for guys to lose leg fullness as they get older. And he said he had knee problems and this and that. But I've never seen it done. But he got him back. The sweep was back, the detail, his legs, he was very complete again.
Dude, he walked out. The first thing you look at when Dexter walks out is his legs. And I nudged you and said, look at his legs. I'm not sure what he did for it or how it happened, but his legs are back. Last September, they weren't like this.
No.
So he made a lot of improvements.
That's why he dropped down to 7th at the Olympia.
Yeah, at 49, he improved at 49 years old.
Never been done.
It's absolutely amazing. There are no adjectives to describe this man. Even backstage, when you look at Dexter, it's some next level crap. He's like this tall, but
you're giving him an inch there.
Like this tall.
Yeah, he's about that tall.
He's so lumpy and bumpy.
We're not talking shit. Me and Mike are not the tallest guys, trust me.
I'm not Shaq, so I'm not saying anything, but it's next level stuff with Dexter. He out-detailed Luke. He's got that old man muscle, man. We talk about that all the time. And a lot of kids don't understand what that means. That's just decades and decades of hard work in the gym, and it shows his grainy appearance. And Dexter just seemed like the coolest cat in the world, man. Just strolls on out with the Dexter walk, does his little pose routine, waves to the crowd, walks off. It was cool to see number 29, man. Yeah.
And, man, what if he gets the Olympia again? It would be that. That would be like the story. We've had too many bad stories in bodybuilding this year. I want a really feel-good story to end the season with. Yep. Let's do that, Dexter, shall we? Second place, Luke Sandoe from the UK. Luke was somebody last year I was like, because he did the Arnold, was it last year? I'd seen him compete and his condition wasn't right, and I just thought he was overrated. But when he came to the Arnold this year, me and Giles were like, oh my God, this guy's the real deal. He's monstrously big, got nice shape, not lacking any body parts. His fans were all rooting for him to win, and if Dexter hadn't shown up, he would have walked away with this. No problem. But you must have been equally impressed with Luke.
Luke is humongous. He's got that granite-like, I train heavy as hell type look to his body. Huge back, nice taper. His traps start like at his earlobes. Nice guy too, man. This really funny, like down-to-earth guy. But in March, he impressed the hell out of me. I wasn't expecting what I saw in March. And honestly, I wasn't expecting him to be this good today because of the prep. Right. I'm sure he took time off.
Very few people can pull that off.
No, not to be this good. He wasn't that far off from Columbus. his back double biceps insane, man. Like, he's got a lot of muscle, side chest. He's not missing anything. He doesn't even have to get any bigger. Like, Luke's a legit guy. Nathan's going to have a hard time with Luke. You know what I mean? So
I know they have their little thing about who's the best UK, but it doesn't matter, guys. You're all pro. You're at the Olympia now. Who cares?
you're going to the O, man. But, like, it's going to be – I would love to see Luke get a full year to rest and grow, to really see what that's like. So maybe if he does a post-Olympia show, he can get some, like, time off. Because if he gets a full, like, year, 12 months, God only knows what he's going to look like when he's done, man.
I mean, I don't think he needs to be necessarily any bigger. I think he said he's about 250. If he told me 270, I would have believed him.
He looks bigger than 250. You know, he's not a tall guy either. These guys aren't like giants, so.
Oh no, that was Ian that was telling me he was 250. See what happens when you get old, guys. So that brings us next. Canada's Ian Valliere. Good season for him. He's had some very nice showings. I saw him start the season off with a second in Toronto, and then he's been to a couple other shows and done well. And just missed qualifying for the Olympia by, I don't know, 2 points or something. There was like 3 guys going into the show that were so close on points with each other. It was whoever beat they were going to go to the Olympia. So Ian just missed it, but he might do a post-Olympia show. Depends. He's not sure yet. But Ian looked really good, Big dude in great condition. Some of his poses, like his side chest, side tri, rarely are side shots the best shots for people, but man, when you see his tries, his hams, chest he needs to bring up for sure. That's one. That's one. When that guy gets a thicker chest, look out. Just like when I say Zane Watson, bigger back on that guy, look out. That's all they need to fill in that little blank. But Ian, he's not lacking much at all. Big dude in shape. Moving on to Lucas Osladil from Czech Republic. Very consistent.
Yes.
He's done, I don't know how many shows this season. 5, 6. And he's been perfectly peaked at every one.
Lucas is a freak, man. You don't realize how big this guy is until you see him in person. He's got some freaky quads. That glute roll is kind of crazy. His presentation is phenomenal. Like, this guy's like some Cirque du Soleil type crap, dude. It's just flexible. Like, his glutes are always in, And, it's bodybuilding. Like, we look at glutes. There's nothing wrong with that. It's cool. But he's very complete bodybuilder. When he's 100% on, he's hard to beat, So it's just a matter. It's been a long year, man.
On the Instagram when I was doing some people are complaining about his posing routine. I'm like, dude, you know what? At least it's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, because he puts his leg up over,
If I could do that right now, I would do that right now in front of everybody.
I mean, I'd rather have a routine that's a little off the wall and it keeps me interested personally.
Exactly.
Okay, 5th place. We got to talk about this guy. So he's from Egypt. He's in Kuwait. He's not at Oxygen Gym apparently. I found out from his wife speaks perfect English. So I'll be doing an interview with her by his side, you can guarantee. Yeah, she's Canadian, but so there you go. But Hassan Mostafa, wow. What are they feeding these guys over there? Unbelievable. Jeez, the quads on this guy, the arms, the delts. So much mass with great shape. I was just freaking out. He's going to be so good, this kid.
Anabolic chicken, dude. Anabolic chicken. But
it's only 26.
That's scary. Listen, when this guy gets 100%, he's going to be pushing that top 5, top 6 at the O. He's got Olympia level muscle. His back double bicep is absolutely stupid. I pointed his quads out, and I just kept looking at his legs. Like, what the hell's going on there? He's not missing anything, just condition. And over there, like, his condition is going to come. When it does, a lot of these guys will have problems with this guy. He's that good.
He's not that far off. He wasn't out of shape, guys. No. It's just he needs that crispness, that detail. That just takes a little time. He's got all the size. He doesn't need to be any bigger. I don't see any lagging body parts. This kid, so Hassan Mostafa, remember that name. I don't want to say he's the next big Rami because that's a tall order to fill. But let's just say he's going to be the next great thing to come out of that area, out of the Kuwait scene. Last but not least, Czech Republic's Milan Shadek. Long year for Milan. Done a bunch of shows. And Milan does fade. He's one of those guys. Like, he's more of a normal human being.
Right.
He's not a freak. He looked really good in the spring shows, and now we're getting towards the end of the summer. His body just looks a little tired, and I just think he needs to, wrap it up, take a rest, come back bigger and better, because he's way better this year than he was last year.
He's only getting better. If the past few years, he's better and better and better. But he's over in Europe. That transatlantic flight, man, that's no joke. You know what I mean? That's a hard flight, but he's just tired. Your body, Ian got better for some reason the more shows he did. But like for most normal people, the more shows you do, you're gonna fade. He's got all the tools, man. Like a lot of these guys aren't missing much, but condition. That's what it really comes down to. But again, because of the point system, they're trying to collect points, do a lot of shows. I get it. You know, bodybuilders compete. You know, Flex competed, Cormier competed. But Milan's phenomenal. I really love this physique. Crazy look.
I want to see Milan, if you're listening, shut it down, rest up, let your body rest, recover, recuperate. Little off season, put on a little bit more size. Come back with just a couple more pounds of quality muscle and that crazy condition, and you'll kill it next year. He's a young kid. Is he even 30? I think he just might have turned. I think he just turned 30. Yeah. To me, that's a kid. You're a kid. So that's gonna do it, guys. Again, I'm thanking him, Big Mike Cox. This was my right-hand man for the play-by-play. I don't want to say it would have sucked without him, but it would have sucked without him this weekend. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
I appreciate this. This is phenomenal. Like, I'm such a fanboy of all these people.
Yeah.
Just being backstage, seeing those guys. Thank you, Mr. Blackman High Tech. Hector, for doing such a great job. Not paying attention to us, but good deal. Appreciate it.
Your wife, Mandy, for putting up with all this crap. Okay. So, guys, please go to the website, musculardevelopment.com. You can also go to our YouTube channel, Muscular Development. We got interviews on the website. We got contest photos by Hector. We got interviews, wrap-ups, all kinds of stuff. The play-by-play thread, you can go back and look at that. That's it. But that is going to do it. This is the last show we're covering until the Olympia. So I hope you enjoyed it. We sure did. And we'll see you next time.